Hello and welcome everyone to Mom Talk. I am Crystal Galladay, your host. I'm also known as the Fun Finder for Education, as well as Crystal Where the Money Resides Galladay. Not because I'm giving out personal loans, but because I was able to get all three of my college degrees for free. And I'm here as your host today. And the reason why I started this platform, which is Mom Talk, is because I realized there's a lot of things that happen in motherhood where we think we're the only ones going through it. And once we start talking to people, we realize we're not the only ones going through it. And I have a lot of great people in my network. So I wanted to share them with you because this platform is for those who are mothers, those who are interested in motherhood, and those that support us. So this platform, I've been having it, it's been like 2 years since I've been having this talk show. So I'm happy that it's still going. I've been having it once a month. And today I have Jamie Sabat here, and she's a manifestation mentor. And today we're going to be talking about unlocking your full potential. So Jamie, welcome to the show. And can you tell our audience a little bit more about yourself?
Sure. Thank you, Crystal. And thank you so much for having me on the Mom Show because I'm a mom and I'm a mompreneur and a wellpreneur. And just happy to be here to listen to other women's stories and share more about my life and what it is that I do to support other women. Yeah, so I am a manifestation mentor. So for those of you that are like, what is that? What does that mean? I help my clients, which are mostly female entrepreneurs, manifest what they want into their lives. So whether that's revenue growth, new clients, expanding into new markets, whatever it is, or getting a second degree. One of my clients got into Berkeley, actually.
Nice.
So the reason why I talk about unlocking your full potential is they say you only use 10% of your brain. Well, is that actually true? What if I told you you could unlock your full potential and use all of your brain? So I've been certified in really powerful mindset tools like hypnosis, neurolinguistic programming, time techniques, and emotional freedom techniques. And I use those mindset tools to shift the story around in our mind. So if we have limiting beliefs of I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, anything, I can't complete tasks, how is that going to show up in your life? That's going to show up as you not reaching your full potential. But when we change the story, so it's like your mind is a computer and we eliminate and delete the old programming and we implant the new programming, then your life starts to change and things start to happen in a much more magical way.
Very interesting, because like all the things you were saying, increase revenue and all that other stuff. I don't think I'm gonna get any more degrees right now. 3 is cool for me. It kind of gives you the example of how what you mean to unlock your full potential. But if you want to elaborate on that, you can do that right now.
Sure. Yeah. So the thing is, so our subconscious mind is created from the age of 0 to 7. And we're living out our subconscious mind. It's kind of like the GPS system for our life. So if you think about the stories that were implanted to you, told to you when you were that age, which is why this is so important for moms too, because our children are these ages. But if your parents, whatever they told you, your caretakers, school, television. I mean, when I was growing up, the Cosby Show was the thing. So success was either you're a lawyer or doctor, that's it, especially in African American culture. That was it. So I was an artist. So I just felt like I wouldn't be successful because the only way to be successful was to do these two things. And my mom was also a lawyer. So I kind of felt like the black sheep of the family and never felt like I was going to be able to achieve success in these more traditional ways. So that's the thing. Our subconscious mind is created during that period of time when we're 0 to 7 and we're living that out. So what we want to do is if we're not manifesting or creating the life that we want, we have to change the programming. We have to change the stories that were told to us when we were that age. And we have to implant stories that make more sense for our life and make more sense for what we want to achieve, like greater revenue, global expansion, course releases, or whatever it might be on your list. But we are living out the story that's in our mind. So if the story doesn't fit our goal, we have to change that story.
So I know you were talking about the subconscious mind from 0 to 7. A lot of us may have children during, in that age range. So what do you recommend that we do now with them so that when they're our age, they are in a great mindset and their potential is unlocked and they're living their best lives?
Yeah, so one of the things that I practice with my children is conscious parenting. And if you're on TikTok or Instagram or anything, and you put in that hashtag, like a million things come up. But it's neuro-linguistic programming is the manual for the mind. So the way that we speak to our children is very important. So for example, the mind doesn't understand negatives, right? So if you say, don't spill the milk, the only picture that you have in your mind is a picture of spilled milk. If you want your children to keep things neat and tidy, say, let's keep things neat and tidy. So the way that we speak to them, or I catch myself all the time, like I'll say, oh, Mila, I don't care which shoes you wear today. Saying, I don't care, that is not reinforcing in a positive manner. So choosing the words that we want to implant, because basically we're implanting into our children's minds ideas, concepts of the world, the way that they're going to live their life, their value. So carefully picking some of those concepts. And I'm really happy to recommend mindfulness books. I have this huge collection on meditation for children, yoga for children, positive speak, clearing out the negatives from our vocabulary. Like when we tell our children don't, shouldn't, never, that's implanting into their mind. So choosing our vocabulary well and making sure we understand that their mind thinks in pictures. So give them the picture of what we want them to achieve and what we want them to have.
I love that because it's like positive speak to them. It's not the
Mhm.
negative aspect, regardless what it may be. And what I would take you up on that offer if you could do the book recommendations, and we'll do it in the recap email. That would be amazing. But if there was one book you could talk about now, what would be that one book?
Yeah, I mean, I simply love, it's a series called, there's one that's Good Morning Yoga, and then there's one that's Good Night Yoga. So depending on if your child has restless sleep, but they're great. There's yoga poses and there's a meditation in the back of both of them. And it's perfectly suited for kids and they feel like, oh, mama, I can meditate now. Like it's so great. So Good Night Yoga or Good Morning Yoga.
That's easy to remember too. So thank you. And it probably helps me too, because I know we're going to sleep sometimes. And as moms, we have a lot on our minds. So that may help us good night and go to bed. So
Yes.
how has manifestation changed your life?
Oh my goodness. Well, it's changed my life in a big way of seeing things differently. Like instead of being in a victim mentality or feeling out of control of my life or things happening to me, I realized with manifestation that it's a co-creative process with the universe. So you speak it into existence, you create it. We are the creators of our own lives. And then when you think of things that way, you feel empowered. You feel like, okay, this situation that's going on right now that I don't like, I can change it. This, something that I want to happen in my life, I can create that. So it's just changed my whole perspective on the way that I lead my life, the way I interact with people, the focus that I have on my mind. Like I spend an hour, I get up at 6 in the morning, but an hour before I get the kids up to meditate, visualize, gratitude journal, and do subliminals. And I do that, part of the time I'm making coffee or whatever, but that I take an hour to focus, because what happens is if you pick up your phone, your subconscious mind thinks that everything outside of you is more important than you are. It's like, oh, she's picking up her phone, she's watching the news, she's checking emails, she's looking at Instagram. That stuff is more important. But when you go inward and you're introspective first thing in the morning, you're training your subconscious mind. I'm valuable, I'm worthy, I'm important. And then that helps you to be able to focus into creating the life that you want.
I thought I pressed the unmute button. Now, how do you start manifesting things you want out of your life? Because I mean, I know it could just be saying it like how do we actually do it for those who don't really know how to do it or just want your expertise on how to do it?
Sure. Yes. Well, so I have an 8-week program that is a transformational program where we start with know thyself, like where are you right now? And I use powerful tools like astrology and human design to figure out like where you are. And then we remove limiting beliefs and then we implant new stories, new beliefs. So, but just quick tip, like one of the fastest ways to manifest is to be in a state of gratitude because we know there's the law of attraction, just like there's the law of gravity. With the law of attraction, like attracts like. Birds of a feather flock together. That's just the way it's gravity, right? So wherever you're vibrating, if you're vibrating, oh yay, Denise says yes, gratitude. If you're vibrating in a state of stress, anxiety, anxiousness, you're just going to attract that because the law of attraction is going to bring you what you're thinking about and what you're focused on. If you're moving up into hope, which is even better, or moving into love, joy, and abundance and gratitude, then that's what you're going to attract. So one of my best manifestation tips or easiest ones to do is I do scripting. So take a notebook and start writing down what you're grateful for. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful for the roof over my head. I'm grateful that the sun rises and sets every day. I'm grateful that my heart pumps blood through my body and I don't have to do anything. I'm grateful for the ocean, the moon, all of these things. And then when you're in this state of gratitude, you start scripting in the things that you want to manifest as if they've already manifested. I'm grateful for my white Range Rover. I'm grateful for my house in the south of France. I'm grateful for my jet. Whatever it is, write it down and because you're vibrating in that high state of gratitude when you're talking about the things that you want to manifest, your mind thinks that you've already manifested it. So it starts doing it, it starts bringing it to you more quickly.
I love that. It's like an attitude of gratitude. And I was talking to somebody that's in the audience how like I have to go to the bathroom a lot. I know it's probably a little bit TMI, but I'm drinking more water. And I said, but I'm thankful that I'm able to go because like when my dad was sick, his kidneys like started breaking down and he wasn't able to go to the bathroom. So it's like that whole gratitude for whatever's going on in your life because we have life and then also speaking that positivity. So thank you for that. And then Denise also chiming in about, yes, gratitude. So we had audience members chime in regards to different questions that they wanted to ask you. So since they sent it in, I will ask the questions, but if they want to come off of mute, they can. So one thing is, what type of things hold moms back from achieving their dreams?
Well, I think one of the things as moms, we're busy, right? So, and even when I worked in the corporate world, it was more like, okay, I'm doing my job, but I'm also managing my entire family. Does James have new clothes for school? Is he signed up for soccer, doctor's appointments, all of that stuff, things for your husband? If you have, like women and moms, we have so much going on. It's a constant juggle. So one of the things I think we need to do is prioritize. And I use a mantra. I love this mantra. I use this mantra every morning. I always get done what needs to get done in a day.
I
I
like that.
always get done. Yeah, what needs to get. So if you repeat that to yourself, then you start believing that whatever it is that you need to do that day, like to achieve it, you will achieve what needs to get done that day. Absolute, will make it happen. So I think thinking positive, focusing on what the priorities are. Oh yay, I love that Denise is typing it in for everyone. And using that mantra because we do have a lot going on. So I think one of the things that kind of can trip us up is feeling like a failure, feeling guilty, feeling like overwhelmed. These are normal states of manifestation. You're like, I want all these activities to do fun things with my children. And then you have like 20 play dates, the laundry's piled up, and you're like, and you feel like a failure. You're like, how I can't even like do my laundry. You feel overwhelmed. You feel like you haven't achieved your goals, and no one wants to feel like that. So repeating that mantra and making a list and being focused really helps.
And is it a matter of making a long list, or like how would you recommend making that list?
That's a great question. I love that question. So I do 3-3. So in the morning, what are the 3 things that absolutely have to get done today? Like signing the kids up for for winter sports has to get done on the 16th. So 3 things. And then in the evening, 3 things that you're proud of or that you were accomplished or things that were good in that day. And then the same thing the next morning. What has to get done? What are you proud of?
And it's also power of threes that I've learned throughout my journey. 3 is not overwhelming, but it's still manageable, and it's still, you still could push yourself with 3. So thank you for that. And then what are some tips to help moms focus on manifesting their dreams? I know you said do the to-do list and the mantras. Is there anything else that you wanted to add to that?
Yes. Well, I think one of the things that's great for moms too, this is the first step in really manifesting anything, whether it's money, the Mercedes Benz, or whatever it is that you want, raise at work, is to focus on why, what it is and why. So it's like Simon Sinek book, Start with Why. Super important because for us as moms, there's a strong connection to our children. There's a strong connection to our family. Like most likely some of these things that you want to manifest or these things that you want to achieve are outside of ourselves, right? It's like, I want more money, but why? So that I can take my family to Nantucket, so that I can buy them whatever clothes they want or need. It's so when you connect the what with the why, it becomes much more powerful for you. Your focus on it is much more powerful when you connect it to the reason why you want it.
And I think a lot of the things that you're saying are connecting with a lot of the personal development I've done too, like the Simon Sinek, the Start with Why, and then also the different things that you do in the morning, like with the Miracle Morning. Like I was
Mhm.
hosting a productivity group on Clubhouse for that for a while, and I
Yeah.
also met with not the owner, the author of the book, and work with them too. So I definitely love what you're saying. Is definitely confirmation that what you're saying definitely works. So anything else, like what's next for you? Like, is there anything that we should be aware of that is coming up, maybe you want to be a part of, or like what do you have to offer?
Yeah, I mean, I have so many things percolating as far as I do one-on-one coaching. I also do a women's group as well, which I love that. I love coming together and doing that as well. But I'm also releasing a course that you can do online at your own pace, and it's at a lower ticket price. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would love to hear from all of you about that because you can do the manifestation course on your own. And I do support with the Facebook group and all of that as well. But really exciting, the last weekend in January, I'm doing a mom's retreat. And it's going to be a weekend retreat. So it's January 28th through the 30th. And we're going to have yoga and we're going to have breakfast and we're going to have some really powerful speakers. And then we're going to have a round table of moms speaking about their real life and like what they're going through. And the whole point is to create a community. So when you leave from the retreat, you're actually going to be connected with other moms, other women on what it is that they do and those sorts of things. So it's called the Lighthouse Effect. And it's like, because sometimes when we're moms, we feel, especially after postpartum, we feel like we're on an island. We feel like we're lost. We feel guilty, all of these things. We want to be the light for moms. And we're going to have fabulous goodie bags and pop-ups. There's going to be shopping. We're going to have a Botox corner. There's like a lot of fun things going on. So I would love to see all of you moms, ladies at the retreat in January. That's going to be really fun.
Awesome. And then like what's the best way that our audience can keep in contact with you?
Yeah,
What's
so
going on?
yeah, I'm on the gram, so you can find me on Instagram at Distill and Express, and I'll put that in the notes actually so everyone can see. Or you can email me at Jamie at Distill and Express.com. And I
And then,
answer all my DMs and everything.
awesome. And then that information will be put in the recap notes too, so that everyone can have it. So, and they can stay in contact with you. So is there any like parting words that you want to say? We're going to open the floor up to questions, but I just want to see if there's like any like 1, 2 points that you want to say to the group. If not, we'll open the floor up to any questions.
Sure. One of the things that I think is so important is that we don't realize, that's why I like saying unlock your full potential. Like these stories that we've been told to ourselves from society, from television, our parents, we're so much more powerful than we know. And just to believe that, like have faith that you can create anything that you want. Like I did a talk series called Have Your Cake and Eat It Too. We can have our cake and eat it too. And we're just very powerful. That's The Matrix is coming out next week, which I'm really excited about because resurrection. Did you know that?
No, I did not. Is it coming out in the movies or on
The
streaming?
movies and HBO Max. HBO
Okay.
Max and the movie. But I'm going to IMAX to see it.
I know that's right.
Right? It's like we know what's going on here. So it's like we're more powerful than we know we are.
Right. And sometimes we have to get out of our own way
Right.
and get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's another statement that I have to keep reminding myself.
Yes, and you're my mentor, Crystal. I mean, look at all that you've achieved and all of and you show up like really like humble, yourself, relatable, fun. Like your Instagram is so funny. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate our friendship that we have. And we met through our princes, like through school and stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying. Like your network, people that you meet that are around you, you just never know what they're into. Because we found out what we were doing, like a play date. It was during a play date. We were like, oh, so what's going on in your life? And we said we would connect on this. And we're making it happen, following through. So this is super cool. So I want to see if anyone in the audience has any questions or comments for our special guest, Jamie.
Yeah.
And if so, feel free to come off mute so that you can express your question or comment. And it's okay if they don't have anything, but I do want to give them that time.
Oh,
yes. And Jewel. Okay, Jewel is first. So Jewel, I will bring you up. And what's your question, Jewel?
Hi, good evening. My question is, how do you motivate a fellow mom to start this positive thinking instillment? I mean, I think there's a lot of times it feels like either they have it or they don't. And so if you're in a circle of friends and there's someone who's, going through something or just can't channel, that inner positivity, what do you recommend?
Right. Well, it's interesting because the teacher appears when the student is ready. So sometimes we really so want one of our loved ones, our family members, our friends to move into this positive space, but they're just like negative Nancy on repeat. It's tough because you see them suffering, right? You see them not happy and not doing well. But unfortunately, sometimes it's like you have to let them come to you. So what I do, I mean, everyone knows what I'm about, positivity and all of that kind of stuff, is I share books, share knowledge, point them in the right direction, that type of thing, and hope that they'll come around to it. But when they're ready, I think that they'll get woke or reach out for it. But you can always just be that light and be that positivity for them, and so that they know when they're ready, they can come to you.
Thank you. That's a good point. Yeah.
Oh,
thank you.
And I have like an amazing podcast list if someone doesn't like to read, or Audible. I have an amazing list of books. So just write to me and I can send you anything for like different levels of people.
I'm an audio type person. So yes, please send me that.
Yeah.
So Jill, does that answer your question? Or do you have any other question?
No, thank you. That does answer my question. I'll be sure to follow her on Instagram.
Awesome. And I tagged her on my post about this event, so you'll see it there and that'll be easy to access. Thank you so much, Jewel, for coming to the stage.
And Jewel, you could say, hey, I'm going to this retreat. We're going to do some spa stuff and yoga like in January, and see if she wants to go to that, and then maybe get some positivity.
That's a good idea. Where's the retreat going to be held?
The retreat is in Greenville. It's in South Carolina. And the reason why we chose that area is the woman that I'm partnering with is in that area. And it's super like mountainous and green and hiking and all of that kind of stuff. So if you're interested.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'll look into it and talk to her about it.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
We love to travel, so
Yes.
awesome. So I know there was another hand raised. Nadej, I'm going to bring you to the stage so you can ask your question.
Thanks, Crystal. So I have a follow-up question, Jamie, about prioritizing the list. So you recommended doing the three things that must happen. How about when you've got like 10 things that have to happen that day? What are your techniques to handle those kind of days that like everything has to happen on that day? At least it feels like it.
It feels like it, yes. And I think one of the things too is like getting out ahead of it, right? So if you know that it's going to be a busy day and you know that things might be coming at you and you feel like a ping pong ball at work or whatever it might be, to get out ahead of it. So you want to pre-pave and segment and tend your day, right? So one of the things is getting up early and really focusing on the impact that it's going to make on the other human beings in your life. How is this going to impact my children? How is this going to impact my clients at work or my coworkers or whatever it's going to be? And I would really try to segment, like visualize yourself moving through those parts, like the morning, what do you want to achieve? What do you want to get done? Visualizing that, because when you visualize it getting done, it actually gets done faster than trying to do it with action. So that's one of the techniques that I use is I visualize it getting complete, checking it off my list, like in my mind, and then things get done faster. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's like energy moves more quickly than physical 3D matter does. So when you visualize it getting done, it's almost like futuristic done much more quickly. It's hard to explain. But that's one of the things I do is if I have like a crazy day and it's like driving all over, picking up the kids, clients, all of that kind of stuff, I visualize what do I want to achieve. And that's called segment intending, segmenting parts of your life and preparing for them to be complete the way that you want them to be done.
And I also want to say one additional thing, Nadej.
Yes.
In one of my personal development books, they called it Eating the Biggest and Ugliest Frog First, right? So our different list of 10, however we have it, right? There's something that's super hard, difficult, and everything we may not want to do, but we know that's going to have the greatest impact, right? And it may also impact the other things you have on your to-do list. So do that thing first, and then do the easy stuff later, because you will feel a greater sense of accomplishment doing the hardest stuff first, where the easy stuff is like, okay, it's great, it's a quick win, but you still have to do the hard stuff. So eat that ugliest and biggest frog first. Was there something you want to say, Jamie? Is everything
okay? And this is something that I recommend to my clients. It's called the Pomodoro effect. And it's like, or time chunking, time blocking. This is a thing called the Pomodoro technique. And what it does, it sets timers for the amount of activities that you have to get done in a day. So like 45 minutes of intense work, 10-minute break, 45 more minutes of intense work, 10-minute break. So it actually gives you a structure on getting your task complete throughout the day.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you both.
Sure.
You're welcome. Thanks for speaking up and asking your question, Nadej. I'll do one more round robin to see if anyone has a question. If not, I also want to do a round robin to see if anyone has anything going on that they want people to know about For example, with my nonprofit, Never Underestimate Knowledge, we're going to have our boat ride on Saturday, June 25th, 2022. I know it's a couple of months down the line, but you can get your ticket, and some of you already got your tickets. So it's adult only day party cruise, but we're raising funds for education because through Never Underestimate Knowledge, we provide educational scholarships. The first year in 2022, we did 5. This year in 2021, we did 22. So we more than doubled, more than tripled, we more than quadrupled it, the amount of scholarships that we award. And it's not just to high school and college students, we have it for all college ages, so starting even as young as 3 for pre-K 3. So that's one thing. And another announcement I wanted to say is that with Mom Talk, we have been doing it monthly for 2 years. I wanted to announce that in 2022, it's going to be every other month because, as we said, we have a lot going on, and I want to be able to effectively give to the different things that I have in my life. And we have some great speakers lined up for 2022. So, and the 2022 calendar is pretty much already done. So look forward to that. And the next Mom Talk will be in February. So I will, as you know, we will release the date. So that's the 2 announcements that I had. And then Jamie, I know you have your conference coming up the end of this month in South Carolina, and you have your mentoring and you have your group and your Facebook group. Is there anything else you wanted to share for the group?
The women's group is going to be the second Thursday of January. So if you're interested in the women's group, reach out about that because we're going to get going soon. And that is so fun because you get to meet other women and chat and manifest together. So
awesome. So thank you for that. And if anyone from the audience has anything going on, I know a couple of you have businesses, so anything pertaining to end of year, holiday time, or just you just want to come up, definitely open up your mic and I'll bring you to the stage. And while you're considering doing that, because no one has done that yet, I want to just wish you all very happy holidays and end the year off how you want to end it off. I know we've been in a very unique time this year, trying to get out of, the very, very unique situation and weird situation that we're in. I want you to continue to be able to, live your life, be safe, and we're going to get through this. And 2022 is going to be an amazing year, regardless what is in store. We're going to make it amazing. So I just so happy for your support that you've had for Mom Talk, coming every month and just supporting, providing questions, providing recommendations on speakers, or even speaking yourself. So that's from me to you to say thank you and happy holidays. And I'll leave it open for like another 2 minutes, but no pressure at all, because I know we may have covered everything, Yes, it says, thank you, Crystal. You're the best. Thank you. And I appreciate you. And I'm excited from your business, there's some gifts that I have to give for a holiday. So I'm excited to see their reactions. So thank you. Definitely check out Denise and her business, as well as other people in here with their business. So stay connected and definitely be positive. Make sure you have that conscious parenting. And for me, I'm going to try not to use the words not, don't, all of that stuff. And yes, thank you, Talitha. There is a raffle. So with this, Jamie is going to be offering a service. So Jamie, I'll let you talk about that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I've seen these really cool raffles that people are using on Instagram now that are like, I'm like, oh, I need to do that. But whoever the lucky winner is, I'm going to be giving you a complimentary session, a one-on-one session. So I'm looking forward to working with you and probably scheduling, when we find out who it is, let's schedule in the next coming weeks for the new year and get you on the books for a session if you're ready to manifest.
And Talitha is so good because that kind of slipped my mind. I'm in end of year mode, so I'm getting all the names together and I'm gonna pick it randomly. So thank you so much, Talitha, and If you
Yes.
want to talk about your business, you can. If not, I could talk about it because you have been very helpful to me. If not, check her out.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of bedtime. So
No worries. So yes, I'll share it. Talitha has a virtual assistance business, so definitely check her out. There's a lot of business owners here, and as we know, we can't do it all. And Talitha has been very helpful with assisting me in all the many hats that I wear. And actually, she's been helping me brainstorm some things. So thank you, Talitha, and thank you all. Like, you all have helped me in a different way. So I appreciate you. So I put the names, I didn't bring my hat down, so I put the names, I have them all here. I'll put them in my eyeglass case and randomly select it without looking. So the person who won it, which is the session with Jamie, is Nadej.
Yay.
So Nadej, if
Wow.
you said, "Ow." Yeah, so if you can connect or do a direct message with your email address to Jamie or vice versa. I mean, she put her email address, so you can just email her, so you both could connect and then make it happen in January. That would be awesome.
Did you get the email, Nadej?
I am taking it right now. Thank you.
Great.
That's awesome.
Yay, I'm so excited.
Me too.
Perfect. Oh, let me get yours as well. Okay.
So thank you, everyone, and congrats, Nadej. You all are very special to me in different ways. And I just look forward to spotlighting you all, when you're ready in this forum or other ways. And I just appreciate you. And happy holidays. And thank you for supporting Mom Talk and showing up. And thank you, Jamie, for being the guest mom expert this month for the December 2021 episode. I want to say 2022 already, but it's right around the corner, so I'll be saying it soon. So thank you, everyone. I wish you all peace and blessings, and we'll be chatting soon.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Crystal. Thank you. Bye, everyone.